Welcome, beautiful people, to another yoga practice as we bring our hands to heart center and set an intention for the day. I hope you've been enjoying these daily practices, and if you have, please feel free to subscribe, like, or comment as we interlace our fingers, turning them inside out, bringing them out in front and then above our head. I'm going to stretch the arms now, so taking the left arm out long and then using the right arm to pull the left arm towards you, towards the body. You can keep the eyes closed down here if you like, but just maintaining integrity through the spine, sitting nice and tall as we change over to the other side. Remembering to breathe. And then interlacing the fingers at the back, pulling the shoulders away from the chest, dropping the head back, feeling a beautiful stretch through the arms. Got an energizing practice lined up for you today as we cross the right leg over the left, pulling the right leg in towards the chest. Left leg is bent and that left foot is sitting just next to the right hip. As we take our gaze over to the side, over to the left side, I should say, sitting nice and tall on the sit bones, breathing deeply, and then folding the right leg underneath the body. Left leg is getting hugged in towards the chest. So we sit nice and tall and take our gaze over to the right. And hopefully you're feeling a nice deep stretch in the glutes during this pose. Coming onto our knees in tabletop position, we're going to do a fluid cat-cow. So as we breathe in, we're dropping back onto our heels, and as we exhale, we're moving the body up and forward into cat, dropping our stomach towards the earth, dropping the bottom back to the heels, exhaling into cat as we raise forward onto our knees. So just creating some movement and flow during our cat-cow. We're going to run through this 5 times. So 2 more times. Creating some heat through the back and the arms. Getting that blood flowing. Just finding your flow and ensuring your breath is connected to each movement. Stretching the right arm long, left arm long now. Going for length here, really squeezing that left glute as we hold this pose for a couple of rounds of breath. And changing over to the other side, left arm long, right leg long, squeezing the glutes at the back there. We're going for not longevity, we're going for length rather than elevation. Taking the knees wide, dropping the bottom to the heels, arms are long as we melt the upper body over the lower body, taking our chest towards the earth. Our forehead is resting gently on the mat. And if you have any knee problems, you can do a narrow child's pose, narrow-legged. Bringing the left foot in between the hands, raising our arms up above our head, right knee is connected on the mat. Bringing hands to prayer position as we twist the upper body, taking our arms to the outside of the left leg, taking our gaze towards the sky, Just taking some deep breaths here, challenging our balance and stability. Back to center, raising our arms up and sinking further towards the mat, feeling a stretch through our pelvis, framing the front foot, and then just taking the bottom back towards the heel, not all the way. If you can't get your legs straight here, maintaining contact with the mat, then you can put a bend in it, or you can use some blocks under each hand. Feeling a beautiful stretch through the back of the leg. Bringing the left foot between the hands now. Raising our arms up above our head, sinking the hips forward. Hands to prayer position as we twist the upper body towards the right, taking our left elbow to the outside of the right leg. Taking our gaze upwards. Back to center, raising our arms up as we sink a little bit deeper into this low lunge pose. Framing the front foot and then shifting the body backwards so we get a stretch through the hamstring and the back of the knee. Felt so good to be in this pose. Lengthening the muscles. Stretching the fascia. Tucking the toes and meeting in downward facing dog. Maybe pedaling out the legs. Creating some motion and energy through the lower body. And then bringing the right knee towards the left elbow. Taking the right leg long. Repeating that 2 more times. And then taking the right knee underneath the left leg, or you can stretch the left leg out long, and then balancing up on our left toes and right hand here. Bringing the left hand back down onto the mat, kicking the right foot back to meet the left. Left knee coming to right elbow now, and then left leg going long. Elbow, kicking it back. And then either bringing the knee to the mat and taking the right arm long, or you can stretch the left leg out long to the side, bringing the right arm up towards the sky, planting down through that left arm. Returning the right hand to the mat, bringing the left leg back to meet the right. Coming into high plank now, really embracing the core and the upper body as we slowly lower down to the mat and untucking the toes, coming into 3 baby cobras. Inhaling on the way up, exhaling on the way down. Inhaling, exhaling. Tucking the toes, downward facing dog. Walking the feet up between the hands, forward fold, halfway lift, hands on the knees, shins or thighs, forward fold. Big deep breath in, hands to prayer position. Kicking back the right leg, coming into warrior 1. Maybe putting a bit of a back bend into warrior 2. Making sure arms are parallel with the mat. Reverse warrior as the left arm comes up overhead. Back into warrior 2, straightening the front leg and shifting the upper body forward, triangle pose. Left arm runs down the inside of the left leg, right arm goes long. Maybe trying to get a little bit lower on each exhalation. Back to warrior 2. Windmilling the arms to frame the front foot, coming into low lunge or runner's lunge, planting down through the right hand and twisting the upper body. Left arm goes long. And then framing the front foot, kicking the left leg back to meet the right in downward facing dog. High plank. Continuing to breathe, lowering the body to the mat. 3 baby cobras. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, relaxing the legs. One more time. Downward facing dog. Right leg comes between the hands now, coming into warrior one. Maybe putting a bit of a back bend in and then turning that back foot so it's parallel with the back of the mat into warrior two. Bracing the core here. Reverse warrior. Right arm comes up and over the head. Left arm slides down the back leg. Warrior two. Straightening the front leg, shifting the upper body forward. Triangle pose. Breathing deeply. Trying to get a little bit lower. Warrior two. Framing the front foot. Planting down through the left hand, right arm goes long towards the sky. And kicking the right foot back to meet the left in downward facing dog. High plank. Lowering the body to the mat. 3 baby cobras. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more time. Kicking back to downward facing dog. We should be feeling nice and warm now. Bringing the left knee up and bending that leg on a 90-degree angle into pigeon pose. Stay up on the hands here while the right leg is long, or you can come down onto the forearms if your body allows. Or folding the forearms and bringing your forehead to rest gently on top. Whatever feels best for you today. And breathing deeply into the rib cage during this pose. Coming back up onto our hands, tucking the toes of the right leg. Downward facing dog. Now bringing the right leg under the body, 90-degree angle. Left leg goes long. Staying up on the hands if you want to, otherwise coming down onto the forearms. Or crossing the forearms and gently resting the forehead on top. You might find that one side is a little bit tighter than the other, and that's okay. It's completely normal. One last deep breath as we raise back up onto our hands. Tucking the toes of the left foot and then downward facing dog. High plank. And then shifting over to our right side. Right hand is planted down as we come into this side plank. Embracing the core, keeping the hips up. Left arm is up. And then just rotating the upper body here as we kind of thread the needle, I guess, 3 times. And then bringing the left hand onto the mat, crossing straight over to the left side now. Embracing the core and the glutes. Right arm's going high towards the sky. And then threading the right arm underneath the left side of the body 3 times. Really challenging our balance here. Coming back to center. Dropping to our knees as we roll over onto our bottom and slowly lower the body to the mat. Bringing the left knee into the chest and then the right, alternating sides. Feel a nice stretch through the hips or the hip flexors here. And then coming into happy baby as we take our forefinger and middle finger and wrap it around our big toes, letting the legs fall heavy out towards the side. Maintaining contact with the mat through the spine. Slowly lowering the legs back to the mat when you're ready. And taking the right knee and bending it up and over the left leg that's stretched out long. Taking our gaze over to the right side. Then bringing the left knee up and over the right leg. Stretching the other side. Using the right hand to gently pull the left knee towards the mat. And then bringing both soles of the feet to the mat as we windmill the legs from side to side 3 times, feeling a beautiful stretch in the lower back here. And then on the 3rd time, placing the right foot on top of the left knee, just gently pressing the left knee towards the earth, getting a deeper stretch here. And then changing over to the other side. Left foot goes on right knee, gently pushing the right knee towards the mat. Coming back to center. Just letting the knees fall in heavy towards each other for a moment. And then rolling over to one side. Before coming into seated pose. Sitting up nice and tall. We're just going to do a mudra pose with our hands, bringing our middle finger to thumb as we do a deep breathing exercise. It's called box breathing. So we're going to inhale for a count of 4, hold for a count of 4, exhale for a count of 4, hold for a count of 4. So if you need to follow my finger, inhale, hold, exhale, hold. So it's the shape of a box. Inhaling for 4, holding for a count of 4, exhaling, count of 4, holding for a count of 4. Just do it at your own pace now. Try and keep it really slow and controlled for the next round. And then we're going to speed it up, so our counting is going to get quicker as we bring more energy to our breath work. Really help wake the body up and send that oxygen flowing around our body. Breathing in 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, exhale 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4. Nice and quick. All through the nose. Breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. Bringing energy and vitality to your body mind and spirit today. As we bring our hands to prayer position now at our third eye, may we have kind and loving thoughts today as we lower them to our lips. May we speak kind and loving words today as we lower them to our heart space. May we have kind and loving intentions today. Beautiful practice. Have the most amazing day. Namaste.